So it's very hard to describe Kenny in one word or in just a sentence, because he covers quite a vast number of issues, I would say, that people face daily. And he has a way of being able to read past what you say. So you could say something to him and you don't realize that it means something until he will say, well, for example, you might say something in the past tense without even realize you've said it in the past tense, and he will bring it up and say, well, did you mean then, or do you mean now, or is that what happened then, or is that how you felt then, or is that how you feel now? And then you kind of have to think about it, and you're like, oh, well, that's how I felt then, still kind of feeling that now, so maybe I didn't let go of it then. He does mentoring, counseling, therapy, all in one. And what I like about what he does is that it's very holistic. I think with modern day counseling, they're kind of like, well, tell me about your problem, and you might talk about the issue at present or maybe something that happened in the past, whereas he would look at, well, okay, well, what was happening when you had this situation occur? What has happened since that situation occurred? Do you believe that that situation is a ripple effect of what's happening in your life now? Sorry. Kenny's very patient, and he's very insightful. He's just himself. He doesn't, again, I'd say with modern day counseling, they kind of have a framework that they need to stick within, whereas Kenny, he can kind of overstep those boundaries and dig deeper into questions that most counselors nowadays kind of have to avoid asking. So he will talk about the unspoken, not just what we want to speak about immediately. Yeah, he's very flexible. He's a very flexible person when it comes to exploring your past, present, and future. But yeah, I don't know. He's just an amazing person. He really is an amazing person. Yeah, he wears his heart on his sleeve, I'd say. And he's not afraid to be vulnerable. So because he's not afraid to be vulnerable, it allows you to be vulnerable when you're speaking to him. And that's what I like about him. He is like a Disneyland character. He does put a sprinkle dust of fairy on everybody. Yeah. He just makes it look easy. And he does it in such a flawless way. I think it's because he's very human when he does it. He doesn't come across with he's professional, but he's not professional in the box professional. He's outside the box professional. And I think that's why I keep saying he's amazing, because he makes you feel like you could just be talking to a friend, but at the same time, you know, there's still boundaries within that, if that makes sense. He's helped me improve as a person, in terms of also not judging, because you think that you're not judgmental until you meet Kenny, and then you realize, okay, I'm slightly a bit judgmental. So, because I don't think he's judgmental at all. He has opinions, but he's not judgmental. I would actually like to thank him for the mentoring that he has done for me, and for his time that he's given, because, you know, I know he's a very busy man.
Thanks for watching. To receive more tips and insights, just click on the links below, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and also go to my website to subscribe to my newsletter.